And this is a strange compilation I found of just recently of the Rolling Stones. It's 20 super hits, the Rolling Stones, on Decca. It's in great shape. The crazy thing is, it's like a covers album. I think all but two songs, one song on each side, all of them are cover tunes. In fact, I take that back, two songs on each side. Side one has Dandelion and Heart of Stone, but everything else is, again, Make a Liar of Me, 3 songs on side one. I haven't looked at this closely enough. 4 songs on side one. Okay, forget about what I said about being cover. But the majority of the songs are cover tunes, which I thought was kind of strange. Because side 2 is where you get just 3. No, you get 2. 2 Jagger Richards compositions. So it's mostly a covers album, I think. So I look at it. It's just a crazy combination of songs. But West Germany, down here on the bottom, some nice German pressing. Haven't listened to it yet. Should sound great. I've got tons and tons. Nice red Decca label. Love that. But yeah, I've got tons of Stones over the past few months, and including up there the 2 box sets that came out. I got a sort of a used copy of box 1 at a good price. The outside of the box is kind of banged up, but the records inside, perfect condition, nothing wrong with them. Save a lot of money. Another nice and expensive pickup was Mamas and Papas. And I think this is second or third album, I'm not sure. Mono copy, great condition, sounds great in mono. Some of my favorite songs on this one. So, the cover's a little banged up. Got some dings here and there, some strange marks. I'm not sure what some of this stuff is, but overall, really good condition. I think I got it for $3 or $4. So, very happy to get that. I like to get the rest of theirs in mono. I think their first album has been re-released in mono on Sundays, and it's also, they just recently released it on CD as well. This was a handful of records that I got, and I took them away, and then I got wrapped up in something else. I totally forgot about them. And this is the last 3 or 4 is what I'm talking about here, including this one. I love garage psych punk, and this one just sort of, that leapt out at me when I was looking through the bins one day. And Teenage Shutdown. So, You Treated Me Bad. The teener side of the mid-60s garage explosion. So, should be some cool stuff on here. Great listening to just crazy, fuzzy guitar, energy-driven garage rock, garage punk, psych punk from the 60s. Love it. So this will be good to get. And I think this is the series, Teenage Shutdown, or this series from... It might be a Teenage Shutdown series. I'm not sure. But a lot of these series are hard to find now. They're coming out on CD, but to find them on vinyl, a little tough. And again, now I'm pulling out something that, again, this has recently been found, but has absolutely nothing to do with any of the others. Musically, just what I've been finding. Jackie Lomax. Not his first album, really, but his first album on Apple. That, if you're a George Harrison fan, you should own this. If nothing else, the CD re-release, it just came out. George has produced the album, plays on it, probably sings back up on a couple of the tracks, and wrote one of the tracks for him, Sour Milk Sea. So look for this in your Apple Records bin. I always like pulling out the Apple record label, especially from an original, because it looks so nice. So, Is This What You Want? Is the name of the album. The light is going down on me. I'm surprised it's staying as light as it is, considering how cloudy it is around here. So that's kind of nice. Actually, I'm going to put this here so I can see it. But let me plug something in. Dexter, you're not helping. This is when one of those standby technical difficulty graphics would come up on the screen if this was television right now. Let's call it some books. Yeah, that's a good idea. I don't know if that helped or not. Let me turn this light on as well. Here we go. More light. And that's side one of that record. But I've only got a few more to go, so you know what? Real quick. Look at the wall of records here while I walk over and turn this over to side two. Entertain yourselves. Be patient. I'm almost there. As if this couldn't have gotten more boring, it just did. You're staring at a wall of records, which actually isn't very boring at all. Excuse me, Dexter. Okay, Genesis fans out there, Anthony Phillips, one of the, I think he was an original guitarist. I know he's there in the first early albums. And he has a series of albums called Private Parts and Pieces. And this is the very first one. I think there are, I don't know how many there are. There are like 12, volume 12 of Private Parts and Pieces. But they're all very good. He's a great guitarist. And it's nice, just for the most part, nice kickback lounge music. Not lounge music. Music to lounge and relax by. Not lounge music at all. It's mostly him, acoustic guitar. Great songs. Another one of his that I have, The Geese and the Ghost. It's around the same time. And again, it's just nice, comfortable music to listen to. So, all these things I learned about not doing, and I'm doing them. I'm putting things back in here. If you're still watching, 2 more, and we're done. And I'm going to make it worth it with this last one, because the last one is very cool. So I was talking to my friend the other night, who we used to record shop all the time back in the 80s. He lives over in Port Angeles. And when he did his great vinyl purge, he got rid of pretty much everything in his collection. And I benefited by picking up a few Beatle items that I didn't have, the first couple of Japanese pressings. And a few other things that he handed off to me he wanted me to have. And one I'm very glad he did, because it's just a great, great compilation of songs. And it's Astrud Gilberto. And I love the cover to begin with. It's just very, very cool, hip, jet set 60s cover. What she's wearing, how, the photograph itself, the way she's posed, and she's looking at the camera, it's great. Airplane in the background, she's ready to fly off to Brazil, who knows where. And it's on Verve Records. And it's a great compilation of songs. I know this is an import. I'm just not 100% sure where it's from. Great Britain, so British import. Refuses to leave. It's driving me crazy. Oh, this is a good time while I'm doing this. It drives me crazy when I get a record and it's all dusty. It looks like the vinyl's in just terrific condition, but it's just covered with dust. So you all may shudder at this, I don't know, but it was driving me crazy trying to get just the dust off. And I finally got a, I'm not trying to do a plug here, but one of these things. If you recognize what this is, yeah. Now, I don't rub the record at all. I don't clean the record with it at all. There's no rubbing or anything like that going on. I just take it very lightly. I just barely let it touch the vinyl and just do that. And it destatics, takes away the static for the most part, some of it. but it also picks up the majority of the dust that's on there without having to really worry too much about how much dust you're leaving behind or anything else. So I just do that very gently. I just basically just barely have it drape on it like that. Now, is there a chemical on here? Maybe, probably, but I'm not rubbing it into the vinyl, so I don't think I'm doing anything. I don't think I'm damaging the vinyl at all. I don't think I'm leaving much of a residue on there because I'm not, rubbing the vinyl with it. But if other people have any suggestions how to get lots of dust, especially when you've got an old record that you just picked up and there's lots of dust on it, by all means, I'd like to know. I just grabbed that one day and started to clean up. I've got a paintbrush, a sable paintbrush, very gentle, very soft sable hair paintbrush, and I use that for when I'm about to put a record on and play it. I'll just lightly touch it onto the vinyl and just let it bring it across, and then that picks up a lot of just extraneous dust particles and hairs or whatever that might have been. I've done that since, my friend over in Port Angeles, my friend Don, he used to do that all the time. It's a good idea, so I did that. But for bigger discs that have a lot of vinyl on them, or have a lot of dust on the vinyl, it's not I don't think I'm doing any damage. Like I said, I'm not rubbing anything like that. So, no damage, not too much damage being done. Final vinyl, and I think it's worth it if you stuck around, is Neucleus Elastic Rock. Now, this is another one that belonged to my friend Don. He handed this off to me. It has a bit of a past to it, a story that I will go into, but it's a rather historic document. He was, when I showed this to him online the other night, he was like, he couldn't believe I still had that. He's like, I can't believe you have that. First off, he couldn't believe I still had it, period. But then it's also apparently, I had a feeling it was a relatively, expensive hunk of vinyl, especially an original one like this. So it has the original gatefold open with the cutout there, and then it's great high contrast line drawing, black and white illustration of the band. Very cool. What's also great about it is that it's on the original Vertigo label, and what that means is it's on even the original Vertigo inner label, inner sleeve, which is really, really nice. I love this label. It's a very, very crazy label. I love it. And this is actually separate, but I wanted to show it with the record label showing through as well. And then the record itself is really nice. Love that label on one side, and then on the other side you get the logo and all the track information from both sides. Very cool, great album. I haven't listened to this in a long time. I've also got, I think I've got a Japanese pressing of this on CD, which is what I listen to most of the time, but I would like to pop this vinyl back on, just for the fun of it. I'm going to slide this back into its original holder, and you can get a better idea. Very cool. And, so, highly recommend this. Nice. I classify it under jazz. Other people may have different opinions of that, but that's where my head puts it. And I'll take my time putting that back together. Anyway, so thanks for sticking around. I'm going to put a little disclaimer in the description saying there's an intermission, and I don't want to go to the trouble of doing any editing, so people will just have to stare at the record cases for a few minutes while I go and change the sign of the record. But thanks again for sticking around and watching me do this, like I do with you guys. And I'm somewhere in the, I think I've crossed the 80 subscription mark. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Approaching 100, and am I supposed to do something when I hit 100? I don't know. It's a milestone, apparently. Nothing like some of the other milestones that are going on. So I've got a lot of catching up to do with a lot of people who have, 500 plus. And I watch as many clips as I can. All kinds of great variety out there of people and music and just presentation, which is great. It's a lot of fun. So anyway, have a good evening. I've got dinner on the stove, and I've got to tend to that right now. So take care. I'll see you later.